Okay, so we're gonna get right to it, the Titanfall 2 tech test. I've heard a lot of things from the community, even some that have said that this does not feel like the original Titanfall that we've all come to grow and love. I can see their point of view, but I'm gonna go over why it feels like that. I'll also give my opinion on the improvements that would make the game even better, because I think people are being a little bit too hard on this game. It's an alpha, okay? The stuff is not final. There's still time to fix issues, and people are just being a little too critical. The maps that were available were Boomtown, Homestead, and Forward Base Kodai. They looked fantastic. I'm not going to take that away from this game. The game looks so much better than the first one as far as the way that the presentation goes. Sometimes when you get close to parts of the environment, it is grainy and dull, but it's still unpolished. It's an alpha, people. But for now, it's looking pretty good. The only real gripe I had with the maps is that they just seemed way too open. They seem more like Last Titan standing maps rather than hardpoint maps or Pilot Hunter maps. There are so many wide open spaces. Titanfall is supposed to be about speed, and basically you're gonna get speed with boots on the walls and not boots on the ground. Because of this, a lot of people felt that the gameplay was slow. You do run faster when you're on walls. They even stress this in the tutorial. Because of the maps being a bit more wide open, there weren't really a lot of places to vault back and forth from to gain momentum. In some of the areas, there are panels to vault from and small broken walls to get little bursts of speed, but they felt like they were more in the outskirts of the map. This takes you away from the action. It's almost like they make you go around in a circle to come from the rear. Even if you do try to come in from the side, you lose all momentum completely because, hey, there's nothing to roll and vault from, just an open grassy area or desert area. This makes you have to put your boots on the ground and start running. This is where, in my opinion, the game felt slow because you were forced to run on the ground more than you were about being vertical. Think back to some of those Titanfall 1 maps. You had to master a lot of corridors, tight turns. There were also a lot of panels to run off of, plenty of flat surfaces. Even on the side of large rocks or boulders, you were still able to run, but there was just more of them. As well as small cliffs that just gave this feeling of verticality throughout the map, rather than just in one section like in the center of Homestead. You had 3 game modes: Amped Hardpoint, Bounty, and Pilot Hunter. I enjoyed all 3 of them. I really liked Amped Hardpoint. I'm a domination lover, and with the ability to double cap, it gave more tension when defending a flag. Trying to pick the right wall to hang on or entrances to strife back and forth from. It was kill or be killed city. This was my favorite game mode overall. Also, Titans were in full effect in this game mode, adding to the skirmish. Pilot Hunter came back with some new and fresh changes. One of the gripes people had in Titanfall 1 was that there were too many bots. Now all of the bots are gone and it's just insane. But in this game mode, it's where you're gonna get the most campers. Since the bots are gone, the need to keep moving died out. It also caused spawn camping. Your spawns do change, but if you're on a crappy team, it's basically the same scenario, just on the other side of the map. If the bots were still in, it would give players a need to move because the bots do shoot at you. So this is a trade-off. You complain about the bots, now you have more campers. There are 0 Titans in this game mode, it's straight up mano a mano. Bounty was a very unique game type. It felt like a futuristic version of Blood Money from the Battlefield Hardline series. You kill grunts and player enemies and you get loot, then deposit it into banks. Defenders can steal from these banks, and Titans are also in full play in this game mode. Titans become bounties for mega points. The game modes were fun. Some folks may disagree, but it was a nice variety and showed that Respawn is trying out some new things, while trying to please some of the community, like taking the bots out in Pilot Hunter. The player loadout options were a bit more stacked this time around. This is a good sign that we'll have a large variety of custom loadouts coming. A lack in customization is what hurt the first Titanfall game. We had more guns, some new gadgets like the Vortec Ninja Stars and grappling hook to play with. The game mechanics felt good as well. It felt like Titanfall of old, besides the momentum part on some segments of the map. Sliding is also a nice change. Being able to slide and lower incoming damage is huge for those one-shot kill moments. The new weapons are also fun to use. The shotty was way too overpowered, as well as the new laser sniper rifle. I also did have a problem with the way player enemies would have this orange glow on them when they're running on the map. This should be completely removed unless it's part of a perk. It was very distracting and took away from the vibe in the environment. Some folks said it was really annoying. The hook shot was a hit or miss for me. I think this should be tweaked up a bit. There are times where you want to just hook and zip into a wall or a player like in Bionic Commando. The good one, not the crappy 3D remake. It didn't have that zip-in feel unless you were trying to get onto a Titan. Also at the same time, still be able to keep the cable loose while you swing. Maybe there should be a way to click in the thumbstick to retract and just hold the RB button to keep the cable out and swing. It would be a nice and easy add to the mechanic and give you a chance to get some nice momentum, like Spider-Man on some of the more open areas. The new Titans looked awesome. Their design and new weapons were very fun to look at and use. I very much enjoyed using the tripwire. Oh man, the way some people tried to bull rush you while they were in critical and then you drop this thing and see them fail. Oh, it was awesome. Also, the electro gas ball was cool as well. Also, the new core abilities were so awesome. It felt like you were Big O. If you don't know what Big O is, it's a badass anime. Look it up and watch it. It's great. The Titans were so badass, but you guys know that there's always a catch. The Titans were great, but they felt like large stuffed animals, just getting ripped to shreds by everything and so quickly. I mean, there were times where I got a Titan, I get in this one-on-one fight, take 4 shots, and I'm already under half health. People, this is Titanfall. You're in a mech. It should take more damage before it becomes a broken tin can. I also like the new rodeo feature, reaping out the battery and boosting your own Titan with it. Or if you're the rodeoer, ripping out the battery and trying to scramble with it and put it in your Titan or put it in one of your friends' Titans. This brings a brand new strategy on the table when you're piloting. They also need to tweak with the melee. The hitboxes didn't see on point when trying to bash pilots or even if you're standing on top of them. I did like the new Titan meter on the side. Oh my god, some of you just lost your minds when I said that. Seriously people, the new meter is great. This prevents campers because you have to actually be contributing to the game to get a Titan. Yes, some of you are yelling at me right now at the top of your lungs. No, you're wrong, but the timer was better, you're crazy. I would say both yes and no, and here's why. The timer was great and all, but you were guaranteed a Titan or 3 per game, but you never had to contribute to your team. You could just sit in a corner for a minute and a half and just wait to go beast mode, while your other teammates were killing bots and or other players to get time reductions to get their Titans faster. Listen up people, the keyword here is bots. People complained about there being too many bots in the game, so now that they're gone, there's nothing to give you points boost to get a Titan faster besides capping flags, getting bounties, or killing enemy players. This new Titan bar and the old school time method are exactly the same. But now, rather than sit and wait, you have to contribute to get a Titan. So the short answer here is people, don't camp. That's all you gotta do. Just don't camp. Move around and contribute to the game. Also, if bots were put back in the game, this would give you more of a chance to max the bar out and get a Titan much faster. There's plenty evidence of this when you play the bounty game type. So maybe the bots being in the game weren't that bad of a thing, huh? The servers, oh boy, I could write a novel right now about these things. I'm just gonna keep it short and simple and just say what everybody's been thinking and saying. The servers suck. Why does everyone look like they're pausing and unpausing in the game? The lag or whatever the hell is going on is horrible. I did 3 speed tests while playing, and I was over 90 megabytes per second with a 23 ping. This is when I was streaming, so it wasn't on my end. The gameplay at times felt so frustrating because people were skipping and jumping and just being in one place and being somewhere else. This needs to be fixed ASAP. I even had the same issues when not streaming. I wasn't the only one either. Just about everyone I spoke to during the intermissions and even in the middle of the game were having the same issue. Also, you weren't able to group up with friends. This would have been a much better experience with your buddies. That's it. That's all I'm going to say about the servers. I'm not going to say anything else. Overall, Titanfall 2 looks like it's trying to learn from its past experiences, but at the same time, they're falling short on what made the first game so good. Respawn, listen up. The first game was fantastic, it just didn't have the variety or expanded customization, so the game fell off. So use this formula. Titanfall 1, with more weapons, maps, unlocks, and customizables. And this game will live to the hype that these new PS4 players have been hearing of. My name is Cujo, PTFO or GTFO. I'm out.